back to my channel, Only in Your Mind. This week's makeup is Sebastian the crab from the Little Mermaid. I've been wanting to do this makeup for the longest time, and I remembered that I had these claws from my makeup that I did of him from the Powerpuff Girls. So I said it's about that time to do that makeup of Sebastian. So if you guys want to see how I did this makeup, please keep watching.
For this makeup, I will be wearing a strapless dress, and I'm starting off using this white eyeliner to do a rough draft on my face where I would like Sebastian's face to be. When doing the rough draft, I didn't realize that I made Sebastian's eyes way too big, and I had to actually go in later on. And when I mean later on, at the end of the makeup, I realized that it was way too big and I didn't like the way it looked, so I went in and altered it and changed it a bit. But if I was to ever do this makeup again, he will definitely have smaller eyes. For this makeup, I used a reference photo, and when looking at the reference photos, Sebastian is made up of a lot of different red colors. So for his face color, I used a light pink from Paradise, and I mixed that with red from Fab to get this color. And that's what I kind of saw. He kind of was like a pinkish red. And then this color of red is a Wolfe red, which is a nicer, darker, deeper red. And I used this Wolfe red for around his neck, his legs, the shell on his back, and also for inside of his mouth. And this brighter red is from Paradise, and I'm going to use this for his chest color. So I mentioned earlier that there were a lot of changes that I did from the beginning to the end of the makeup. Now this is one of them. I put Sebastian's teeth right here on the bottom of my nose, and I will change that later and then go back and basically do the same thing that I just did here. And sometimes that's the way it happens, is that you do a makeup and midway through the makeup you're like, oh, it looked better the first time, and then you make so many changes. But I am using Paradise White for his teeth, and then inside for his tongue I am using light pink from Paradise. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to use, for the back of his mouth, I'm going to use that Wolfe red. For Sebastian's overly big eyeballs, I use Paradise White. For the outlining, the detail work, and for the background of Sebastian, I use Cameleon Black. Okay guys, right here is where I end up going in and changing, because to me I made it a little too droopy on the sides. So I will go in later on and you'll see where I made those changes. Here's where I'm going to do some detail work, and I'm not really going to talk about that too much because I'm going to be changing it in a little bit. But definitely I'm not changing his body area, so I'm going to line his legs and the parts of his body with this Cameleon Black. And with that same Cameleon Black, I'm going to darken out the background and then use Paradise White for some highlights. Okay guys, so I actually did this makeup and did the intro, outro, and then came back after I ate because I didn't like the way he was looking, and redid basically his cheek area, his nose area, and I did make his eyes smaller. Here's where I added back in his teeth, and then I'm gonna make his cheeks look not so droopy. And really, do crabs have cheeks? I don't know about that, but I do know that my Sebastian had some droopy cheeks. And I went back in and added some more highlights. And guys, we are coming to the end of this makeup. Thank you so much for sitting here and watching me go through so many changes in Sebastian's makeup. And you guys are amazing.
Thank you so much for watching my video on my channel, Only in Your Mind. And if you like this makeup of Sebastian the Crab from The Little Mermaid, please give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.